those who are planning to rig election in Nigeria come 2027, we will resist it by every means lawful and legitimate.
Whether you like it or not, Peter Obi is just playing game with us because Peter Obi don't really get good intention for Nigeria. He just they play that kind of thing, like those victim kind of games. Say maybe people they see him say he be better person, even though if he be better person, but not be to that extent the women we they see him for this country, Nigeria. Because whether you like it or not, these people they do this thing for their own interest. Because if you check out Peter Obi and Atiku first they PDP before. Now from PDP now Peter Obi do governor when he first be governor of Anambra State. So after that time he come for PDP because the PDP no give a ticket to contest for presidential election. So he can come out go Labour Party. So everybody for Nigeria come join hand, come support this man, say may he win. And according to the result, he win the election according to what they talk, but they can't win the election. So now why you dey leave that party, they go another party? If you be say no be game na they play. Because maybe you don't feel say now this election may they come, so say they no go give you ticket to contest, you don't go another party just because of your own desire, because of say you dey desperate to become the president of Nigeria, because say una really want destroy this country. As a matter of fact, he don collect membership card for this party wey dey talk so ADC, and as una know this party so na the party be say the former presidential candidate make he and Peter Obi contest for the previous election with Bola Ahmed Tinubu wey they call Atiku. This man recently he first moved to this new party wey they call ADC. So now Peter Obi don come out openly come declare say he now na full member of this ADC wey they talk about. So now people don dey very disappointed because wetin Peter Obi do people no expect am, because people come outside for the previous election come declare their support for Peter Obi. So now this man don comot for the party, Labour Party, say na ADC he wan go, and not just that ADC, him dey go meet his opponent for the previous election wey they call Atiku. So now there are two of them dey the same party. So now you see the reason why they turn and say this Nigeria, those politicians no really get interest of people for mind, because all of them are game that they play. If you check out Peter Obi and Atiku first dey PDP before. Now from PDP now Peter Obi do governor when he first be governor of Anambra State. So after that time he come for PDP because the PDP no give a ticket to contest for presidential election. Me, I don't really get what I want to, but in case you never see that video, I'm gonna watch that video on what Peter Obi do and how he declare in full support for ADC openly for the video.
In 2026, we will begin a journey of rescue of our country for proper socio-economic development that will be unifying and inclusive. We have all watched those who benefited from our democracy sometimes now become accessories to destroying our democracy, either through coercion and gangsterism against the opposition. We cannot allow this to happen. We will resist it. We've now seen people who benefited in our democracy be part of celebrating electoral fraud publicly. And we are saying that those who are planning to rig election in Nigeria come 2027, we will resist it by every means lawful and legitimate. And we are urging this happen because we have weak institutions like INEC, which we are urging them in the coming election. We must do whatever it is to follow the rules and the regulation, starting by educational qualification for eligibility to sit for any election. We can no longer be where they are asking whether this person went to school or not. We have 1 year now to determine who went to school and who didn't go to school. We have 1 year now for people to tell us the school they attended. And when they left those schools, we don't want it to be something we go to court after election. They say it's pre-election matter. We have pre-election situation now to verify everybody who wants to contest the election for Nigeria. And we must follow that. Our commitment is about Nigeria. In all my thought and everything, we are committed to a better Nigeria, and we found all the studies that we have followed religiously, and I'm going to mention a few to tell you why it is important what we are doing here today and why we must follow it, and know that two things are critical if we are going to turn around Nigeria. We must stay united. Nigeria today is not united. We must ensure the unity of the country. We must ensure we have competent leadership. I have followed by studies of where we have conflict, where we have strife, where there's disunity, and where there's unity, and what it brought about. Because of it, I've read several books in it, but I'm going to cite one which Professor Tommy knows very well. He took me to visit one of the best authors who wrote on conflict resolution and transformation, because we're talking about transforming our country. And that took me to read a book by Professor Nicholas Fox of California University. And after reading that book, met with him alongside Professor Tommy, and after listening to him, I decided, for the interest of what happened in Rwanda, to visit Rwanda. And sat down, had the opportunity of sitting down with Paul Kagame to listen what he did in reconciling and transforming that society, which shows me hope that it can happen here. And what if you look at what he did, it is evident that in 1995, if you look at it, the GDP per capita of Rwanda is $227. Today, it is $1,100, a growth of over 500%. While our own country, in 1995, the GDP per capita of $1,225. Today, we are below 1,000. 30 years after, for the giant of Africa. We cannot continue this way. Our people are in pain. That is why we are coming to talk about how do we unify our country. Following that particular visit and the differential showing in on the development of this country, I decided to go further. That took me to read another book, Growing Apart, which is a book about Indonesia and Nigeria. Indonesia and Nigeria have the same similarity in population, high population, cultural, economic structure, everything. However, after reading that book, I decided I'm going to take a tour of the United States to meet with Professor Lewis personally. When I sat down with him, what he told me was more revealing and shocking than what I read in the book. And I decided to take a trip to Indonesia to see what they did. That took me to meet with the Minister of Planning of Indonesia, Minister of Education, Minister of Small Business, Minister of Small Villages, Minister of Health. I met the Vice President and the most celebrated president in Indonesia, Joko Widodo, to know what they did. When you look at all this, one thing is very clear: unity and competent leadership. Unity and competent leadership. And if you follow what they've been able to do, today Indonesia is a commendable success. Where they move now, they become one of the over 1 trillion economy. The first in Southeast Asia, about 1.4 today, and the biggest economy in Southeast Asia with per capita of $5,300. When Nigeria, again lamentably, is today our GDP have halved from what it was 10 years ago to 240 and below 1,000 per capita. What did they do differently? Competent leadership and unity have shown what you can do. In all the studies, like I said, following that, you've listened where somebody who won a Nobel Peace Prize said that Nigeria knows what to do to prosper. The 2024 Nobel Peace Prize winner in economics said Nigeria knows what to do to prosper, but they refused to do it. Professor James Robinson of Chicago University. I spent 3 hours with him in Chicago University to listen about what he has to say. It all boils down to unity, competent leadership that have capacity, have commitment and compassion to change the socio-economic of the country. That is what we are lacking. And that's what we need to change. What they did is not rocket science. It can be done here and we'll get the same result. It is not rocket science. I've studied it, I've followed it all over. One thing that is common about all these leaders is that they build consensus of their people. And how did they do it? By being honest to them and telling them the truth. A leader must speak the truth. A leader must be trusted. A leader cannot be part of telling people one thing and doing the opposite. You must do the same thing. If you must ask people to fast, you should not feast. Whatever you tell the people to do, the leader must show it. We can no longer sit in a country where our leaders tell us lie. We cannot, they are truthful people, they live a life of just. And that is what is lacking here. We have a situation where we said we are fighting corruption, but we have monumental corruption in front of us. We have a situation where we have closed our shop, chasing thieves, and allowing other people to pack whatever remain in the shop away. We borrowed more money than we have ever borrowed. We saved all the money we are supposed to save, and yet our people are dying of hunger. There's insecurity. Nigeria has never seen this level of insecurity. We have never seen this level of hunger. We have never seen this level of division, where our country is so divided that we are at the point of hating each other. I have traveled all over the place. And my appeal to all of us, to those who are visiting us, that we must come together.
Yes.
You know, whenever it is, I can speak not only for Nigeria, but also for Africa. But today we had a great leader who said, it's all about unity. It's all about unity. We are united with the insecurity that affects every part of the country. We are united with the lack of employment. We are united with the things that are not working. The next time they tell you we are not united, remind them that the problems that face all of us, we all get it. And so therefore, we will put our hands together to make sure that Nigeria becomes an amazing country, a great country, one that we all will be proud of. And today Nigerians have decided that they are going into the African. Right? Give me the second one. Give me the third one. There is a reason why there is no party there. It simply means this is not the time for jollification like you will usually see. This is the time for Africans, Nigerians. Nigerians will lead the way. And this is the time for us all to come together and have that Congress. African Democratic Congress it is. ADC!
Arise and shine.
ADC!
Arise!